Hi guys, I'm just back to the van after my first walk of the day on a Monday morning with Blossom, and as you can imagine she was absolutely full of beans today. It was quite a fun walk, but what I wanted to show you was how I handled the situation when Blossom seen a deer. So this is something that we've been working on over the last couple of years quite a lot, and it's all to do with her impulse control and how she regulates her own emotions, because you can't always control the environment, you can't control what's going to happen, and you can't force the dog to listen to you. So we've been doing a lot of exercises on engaging and disengaging with wildlife. Squirrels are one of her favourites. But as you can imagine, Blossom, being an American bulldog, is totally hardwired to chase and herd large animals. So deer have been a huge challenge for her, and she's been doing really well. And it's got to the point where we can run into a deer in the woods and she'll turn around and give me her attention instead of going off to chase it, which is fantastic. But going back to what I said at the start of the video, today it's a Monday morning, she's full of beans, she's had a quiet weekend, it's her first walk of the day. So we can't expect Blossom to be on her absolute best behaviour all of the time. And all of that training that I've put in up until this point have allowed her to regulate her own emotions in that situation and make it more manageable for me. So I'll show you what I did and I'll speak to you again at the end. I'm hoping that what we saw was a squirrel and not a deer. This way! Come on! Good girl! Well done! Come on, let's go! Oh, okay. Well done! Oh, good! It was the deer. Letting her get it out of her system. This way, darling, come on. You know, it's almost as if this dog was bred to chase and herd large animals. Right, you've got us stuck on a stick now, we're going to have to go backwards. This way. Come on, this way. That's it, well done, good girl. Come on. Okay, wait. Right, come on then, let's go again. That's it, good lass. Well done. Yeah. And you're a good girl. Yeah? Okay, let's go. At least you know she'll come home tired today. Yes, sweetie. Good. Starting to regain a bit of control, eh, baby? Over your big emotions. Good girl, that was it. Well done. Right, Blossom? Well done. Good. Right. So this, good girl, emotional regulation. Something we've been working on quite a lot, isn't it? So even though she got super excited there, she was able to bring herself back into a nice calm state and sit for a treat. There we go. She's even walking nicely. Yes. There we go. Good girl. Right, okay. Well done. A bit of excitement's good for the heart, isn't it? Yeah. Even sat nicely the whole time I was paying for her parking, haven't you? Good. Okay. Yes, good girl. So I've just rewatched that clip and I'm laughing at her, but she did incredibly well. So she saw the deer at a distance and I clocked that she'd seen something. She was out at the end of her long line, so I called her back to me and I made sure that she was in close and I picked up the line. And that's really important because that's a 15-metre long line. If Blossom had got a full run up chasing that deer, there's no way that I would have been able to stop her. I would have had to brace around a tree just to keep a hold of the line and keep my balance. So that's number one, is shorten up the lead. The second thing that I did was I tried very hard not to put any tension on the lead on my end. Now obviously she was pulling towards the thing that she was wanting to chase, so she was applying that tension herself, but I didn't put it there, and that's really important because the last thing you want to do is the thing that you naturally want to do, which is to pull them in close and hold on tight, because that just increases the tension, that adds to their stress. So at one point in the video, when I was unwrapping Blossom from around the tree, I asked her to wait. And that's another skill that we've been working on a lot, and I'll pop in a couple of photos of her sit stays that she did today for me, balancing on various objects. So that's a fun thing. It's great for me because I get lovely pictures of Blossom, but it's also a really important skill for her because she's having to concentrate at that point. She's having to physically hold her position in a precarious way and focus on me and wait and ignore the environment around her. So again, that's not something that happens overnight. That's something that we've been working on for a long time. It started off with her literally just sitting on the ground and building up the time that she was able to stay there without being distracted. And now it's got to the point where she'll voluntarily jump up and balance on an awkward object for me to take a photo just so that she can get a treat. And it's amazing. So when I asked her to wait, she did wait. So that gave her a pause after she'd initially, got all of that energy out by sort of pulling me through the woods for a wee bit, which, I don't mind. I can hold her. So that's a big thing, especially with that shorter lead. Like, there's no danger there that she's just going to take off into the woods and drag me with her. Again, something that we've been working on over a long period of time. So there's so many little things that go into this. And that's something that's really important, is you can't expect your dog to do all of these things without any prior training. So, we've been working on it. All these things have come together to help me in this situation that I was in today. When I first started walking Blossom, that would have been a very different encounter. I would have been diving behind a tree, holding on for dear life and working really hard to try and get her to come back. But today, she turned round and she voluntarily gave me her attention. The deer were right there. They were in plain sight. I could see them, she could see them. She'd obviously smelled them from a distance, so that's already getting her excitement levels up. And instead, she chose to turn around, look at me and sit for a treat towards the end of that video. And if you notice at one point, when she brought me her attention back, I noticed straight away her body language. She had started to relax. She was out of that sort of hyper focus on the deer, and she turned to me. So when I slapped her bum, I let go of the shorter part of the lead. Still had the handle in my hand, well, she's not allowed off the lead anyway, but just for safety, in case she did decide to turn around and chase the deer again. But I immediately released all of that tension, because the last thing that I would want to do would be to keep her in a restrictive, tense situation after she's already calmed herself down. And then she managed to walk nicely back up to the payment machine. She sat and waited patiently for me to get the ticket and jump back in the van, all nice and chilled. So I know that was a lot, but I hope it was helpful. And yeah, that's just one of the many things that we do on our walks. So I'll see you next time. Bye.